run and gun barely describes our hunt at Oregon's Flying Double F Ranch. This wild and woolly day, we snuck and sprinted, taking shots at chukars, pheasants, and valley quail. Varied habitats and a truckload of dogs made this more like a week's worth of hunting. I'm Scott Linden, and today as the National Shooting Sports Foundation presents Wing Shooting USA, we dig deep into river bottoms and trudge up the hills near Vail, Oregon for wild birds at their best. If only my shooting matched. We're coming to you from the back porch of the Ruggs Ranch, one of my favorite gathering places, but when we're not here, we might be headed for the Flying Double F near Vail, Oregon. When Jim Farmer was looking for the best quail hunting in the West, he bought the Bully Creek Valley and invited us along. I hope you enjoy the show. If you'd like to take your kid hunting with us, we're going quail hunting at the Quail Creek Plantation in Florida. Enter at wingshootingusa.org. About as far east as you can get in Oregon, Vail is just across the Snake River from Idaho. Rugged sage-covered hills and lush riparian zones intersect at Flying Double F, managed solely for wildlife. The results are just short of amazing. It's no wonder Quail Unlimited has honored Jim's habitat work. He rightfully takes pride in his discovery. He improved on Mother Nature's fine work orchestrating the best valley quail habitat in the world. Son James has inherited his dad's intensity, which will come in handy in those hills in the distance. Lissa has the skills and experience on cagey birds that run most of the time and hold sometimes. Well, one reason I wanted to come back here is there aren't a lot of places where you can walk out the front door and actually be hunting.
You can walk out the back door and you're hunting.
You're a good dog. Yep. Oh.
I get up there
She's
if I had a gun.
She's on point. She's on point. Your way.
Birds are running.
These valley quail will run more than any bird I know.
Come on, Lissa.
There's a big muley out there.
A lot of times, they're right here, getting ready to fly over to eat on that corn.
Yeah.
But
well, if it was easy, they'd call it camera operating.
No, the seeding, there'll be 150 birds right in here.
Yeah.
This kochia, Scott, is really what makes this field.
Yeah.
Most ranchers consider it a noxious weed.
Yep.
But I encourage it. Each plant has thousands of little seeds on it.
Yeah.
And not only does it provide food, but it provides terrific cover.
Yeah. Holds up pretty well to the snow, doesn't it?
Yeah. And birds can get underneath there when it snows.
Yeah.
Not that we have that much snow here, but
every little bit helps. There's no dairy foods in this field. It's kochia. There aren't any birds either, so we're off. By the way, that's Ella the Springer. She'll earn her kibble later. Here's the biggest challenge we face here. There are pheasants, there are quail, there's even huns and chukars, and I've shot them all here at the Double Flying F before. So what kind of ammo do you carry? Well, on my right side, I'm carrying a couple different sizes of quail loads. I've got 8s and I've got 7.5s. And if I know it's mainly quail, I'll load both barrels that way. If there's a chance at a pheasant, I'll put a 6 or a 5 into the left barrel. You just got to be on your toes around here. That's the joy of hunting with Jim and James. That's Bully Creek Reservoir behind the dam, and its water is what makes this place so welcoming to game, if we can ever find any. That's a big beaver. Jeez. Get ready for the last holdover. That one, boom. Got him. I'll take 1 for 2. I guess that's 1 for 4. That was easily 75 valley quail. These are the wildest birds I've seen in a long time. But I got 1.
You flush those birds over to those guys. It's all right. They got 1. Sorry you couldn't retrieve it.
Wing Shooting USA is brought to you in part by Columbia Overland, outfitting my off-road rig, and yours too. Happy Jack and their new DuraSpot flea, tick, and mosquito control. My signature series of dog training gear, including the Real Bird bumper endorsed by George Hickox. And the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Book your next hunt at wingshootingusa.org. Well, as you can see, Jim and his son James love that wild and woolly quail and chukar and pheasant and Hungarian partridge hunting, and so do we. Here at the Ruggs Ranch, we like a little bit more civilized once in a while. If you'd like to join us, civilized or not, we're going to the Quail Creek Plantation in Florida for some bobwhite hunting in the Take Your Kid Hunting Sweepstakes. Enter at wingshootingusa.org, and while you're there, ask me a question. I promise to answer it on the Facebook page, and if I pick your question for the show, you'll be taking home my Real Bird bumper from the signature series of dog training equipment. Congratulations, Folk Bowman, you're the winner this week with this question. Do certain breeds adapt better to being house dogs as opposed to outside kennel dogs? I'll have the answer coming up later on the show. Time for the Upland Checklist, brought to you by Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter. Kent's 5-star turkey load works for pheasants better than anything else I've found. Filson's tin cloth game bag is cool and capacious. My Baja rack holds gear that won't fit inside the truck. And Superglue fixes dog toenails and gun stocks, among other things. Download the whole list at ScottLindenOutdoors.com. Yeah. Oh. That was fun. Oh, there goes a rooster into the corner. Oh, that was encouraging. They flew when the cover got skinny. He got him, yes. Oh, that was a good shot.
Whoa. Oh, all right, fetch it up. Good boy. Good boy.
Most of the time when I'm in a riparian area like this, I always step on and smell mint. I found it. Hear it? I don't know what that was. Could be a muskrat for all I know. Boy, if he doesn't lock on right now, could have been a big carp.
Yep, they're in here.
I know. Boy, I've seen them in here. Oh, it was that. That was no carp, but in Latin, carpe pheasant is probably a new phrase I just coined. Talk about a target-rich environment. A little out of range for me. Hey Jim, what's the limit on pterodactyls? She's already birdie. That's a pretty birdie looking dog. Oh. This is the spot.
You hear that? Yep. Here, heads up.
I got the first one. Even when the covey is just 2, valley quail often flush in dribs and drabs. Someday I'll learn to pass on the marginal first shots and get my feet and head in position before pulling the trigger. got that one bird down.
Catch it up. Catch the bird. Catch the bird. Bring him here. Bring him. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Ella.
The adventure continues down the road where my guys, Buddy and Manny, get the call. Let's go. Two wiggly tails. Good dog. Good dog, Manny. Hey, Manny.
That thing kept flying. I think that bird's too far to go after.
Yeah, I don't think I hit him. Flying Double F is a place for hardcore hunters who love pursuit as much as a big bag. Get in shape, call Jim Farmer, and be ready for a concentrated dose of wild bird hunting in the wild, wild west. If you need a rest day, you can always go fishing on the Snake River or nearby reservoirs. Acquiring respect for the fence, coming up on Wing Shooting USA. Buddy and Me is brought to you by Truck Vault. You know, if you have a good relationship with your dog, he looks to you literally and figuratively for direction. The key is delivering that direction or correction at the right time. I call it the golden moment. Watch your pup. He'll cock an ear your way, glance at you, sometimes even stop and look. You can get his attention by calling his name. Buddy, another good time is when he's just about done with that bathroom stop. The U.S. Army says you have a little more than 1 second to give a command before something smellier or more fun will grab your dog's attention. And if he does what you want him to do, good dog. You got about the same amount of time to praise him. After that, he won't make the connection to his good deed. Good dog. The golden moment is also critical when it comes to correcting your pup. Catch him before he's committed physically and mentally, and you can usually nip bad behavior in the bud. Wait a little too long, and he's not going to listen, let alone obey. So save your breath. Yep, timing is everything when it comes to dog training. The key is, you just don't have very much. Buddy, get it. A good reason to give your dog the once-over twice during a hunt. I found a barbed wire cut on the little guy. He was a real trooper, though, wasn't he? We had it stitched and stapled later that day.
Not bad, considering.
This is Western quail and chukar hunting distilled to its essence. Drive, stop, spot, chase, run, gun.
6 quail.
We just flushed a big covey of wild chukars. Typically they'll swing around a point like this. We flew them over there. With luck they dropped down in here. James is up there, he's coming down. With luck, that's James. There goes one, there goes two.
That bird, Ella, that bird. That bird, Ella, get it, Ella, get it. Good girl, good girl. Atta girl.
Well, for once I called it right. Those birds hunkered in this little low spot after they swung around this point. Of course, a little too high for me. That was pretty cool.
Heads up! Bird! 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 Watch the dog.
Wow.
Good girl.
Whew, baby.
Good girl, Ella. Can you find another one? Let's go, girl. Come on. Find a bird. Come on, girl. Find a bird. Fetch it up, Ella. She smells it. Find the bird. Fetch it up, girl. Fetch it up. There you go. Fetch. Bring it here. Bring it here, girl. Fetch it here. Good girl. Fetch it here. Fetch it right here. Ella.
Oh.
Bring it here, girl. Bring it here.
She had to smile
Good
for the
girl.
camera first.
Well done, Scott.
It's about time.
Good job. Good girl, Ella. Good shot.
That was a workout.
Yeah, that was. That was. My thighs are burning, but that was worth it.
Yeah. You're not the first, and you sure won't be
It's
the
often
last.
a vertical experience, up, down, and up again. That's why we say the first time you hunt chukars is for fun. After that, it's for revenge.
See how big these chukars are relative to pin-raised birds? They're much bigger.
Well,
they're about a third bigger.
They're older, but they probably live better.
Yet more habitat coming up on Wing Shooting USA. Wing Shooting USA is brought to you in part by Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. Ronnie Smith Kennels and the Rick and Ronnie Smith Silent Command training videos, helping your dog reach its full potential. Ruggs Ranch, the headquarters lodge for Wing Shooting USA. And Upland Nation Jobs, connecting job seekers and employers in the bird hunting world.
Hard to focus when you hear the ringnecks in the background cackling at us, but I'll do my best from here at our new headquarters ranch, the Ruggs Ranch near Heppner, Oregon. Speaking of Oregon, we had a great time with Jim Farmer at the Flying Double F. He's quite the tactical hunter, and James is following in his footsteps. Hope you're enjoying the show. And don't worry about Manny. That cut healed up into about an inch-long scar that just reminds both of us to be careful around barbed wire. If you'd like to join us, we're going to the Quail Creek Plantation in Florida for some bobwhite hunting on the Take Your Kid Hunting Sweepstakes. Enter at wingshootingusa.org. When you're there, ask a question just like Folk Bowman, and I'll answer it at our Facebook page. And if your question is answered on the air, you'll win an item from my signature series of dog training equipment. Folks' question had to do with certain indoor dog breeds versus kennel dog breeds. Well, the simple answer is dogs are learning all the time. The more often they're sharing your space, the faster they'll learn. Bring them inside at least once in a while, folk. Thanks for asking the question. I'll see you at the Facebook page.
Truck Vault cares about conservation canines and kids, including the Scholastic Clay Target Program, teaching sportsmanship, responsibility, honesty, and teamwork. Learn more and vote at truckvaultcares.com. You could win anything from a truck vault to a South Dakota hunting trip. Tell your friends too. Every vote raises money for 6 great groups, thanks to Wing Shooting USA and Truck Vault.
Let's try to get her into this stuff. There we go.
About time. Lisa, fetch.
Those Russian olive trees in the background are prime quail cover. Thorny branches keep some of the predators away, and their shade is most welcome on a day like today.
Fetch it up, fetch it up. Right here. Lisa,
Good girl.
good girl. Yeah, I like them too.
That's a male, more vividly colored than the female, but both have a top knot. We started the day running, may as well end it that way.
Bang! Yeah, 2 birds!
I got a double. So did James. Ella, dead bird, fetch it up.
Other bird. That a girl. That a girl. Whoop.
Graybirds, sage, and rockets, no wonder you can lose them without a dog to help on the retrieve. More than any bird I hunt, a shot quail's trajectory extends quite a distance. Look hard, well beyond where you created that feather cloud.
Yeah.
Come on,
girl.
Ella. I'm not her boss human.
Bring it here, girl. Good girl. Bring it here, Ella. Here, good girl. Good girls. Good job, Scott.
We still gotta find my second bird though.
Okay, Ella will find it. I'll come up with her.
Hey, Lisa, dead bird.
Oh,
Girl.
good. Have her bring it to you.
Good girl, Lisa.
Say, bring it here.
Lisa, bring it here. All right, that's enough chomping. Give it.
She's just playing with you now.
I got most of it.
Occupational hazard
Good
alert.
job.
Watch out, Lynn.
Wow, that was fun.
Good girl, Lisa. Good girl.
After that, yeah.
Good job.
Wow. Hey, you're a pretty good flushing dog.
Yeah, thanks. So are
What'd
you.
you do? Did you say like bang or something?
I think so. You were trying. What were you trying to imitate the birds?
Yeah, it works about half the time.
Yeah. They were just running. They weren't going to get up.
No, they weren't. I was about ready to shoot into the ground. That'll get them up sometimes.
Yeah.
But
we got close enough and they got up.
And that's the moral of the story. You kill birds with boot leather and maybe a little gasoline here in the West. A dose of adrenaline helps power you up the steep slopes. One day, 3 bird species, 5 dogs, and way too many shots compared to birds bagged. What's not to like? Ross Young's new painting is appropriate. Spaniel's doing what Ella did for us today. I'm Scott Linden. Until next time, see you at Facebook or at scottlindonoutdoors.com. Thanks for watching. Your dog should perceive your hands as a good thing at all times. Remember me doctoring Manny? Use other gear to enforce commands and discipline, and depersonalize it whenever you can. Thanks, Carl. We can all use a gentle reminder about Blaze Orange once in a while. You can't take a charge of shot back once it leaves the barrel. Let's talk at my blog, scottlindonoutdoors.com. Your new job or employee might be on my Upland Nation jobs page. Dramatic setting, impenetrable cover, and yes, somebody does win our contests. We pursue ringnecks amongst the canyons where Lewis and Clark walked centuries ago. We may not work as hard as those explorers, but believe me, we earned our birds. I'm Scott Linden, joined by our Take Your Kid Hunting Contest winners at Little Canyon Shooting in Idaho next time on Wing Shooting USA.